Okay. So some overview. So we are doing the SAP upgrade using the sum tool, software upgrade manager tool. So this is the tool we have to use to perform the SAP system upgrades or add-ons installations. So add-on installations and so updates, all those things in one shot we can do it using the sum tool here, right? Sum tool here we can do that one. So here, so normally what we have done so far, here we have, suppose example, if you see here, this is our SAP system. Okay. So what you see here, this is our SAP system here. This is our SAP, right? This is our SAP system here. So in SAP system, this is our host. In that host, this is our SAP host. SAP is running on here. So this is the database here. This is the database here. So here, database side here, we have the repository and application tables are available here, right? So application tables, this is the kernel original SAP here. This is the, suppose like NW1 system. So NW1 system means it's running on the kernel. This is the original NW1 system. I can say like original ORG, original NW1 system. This is the repository source SRC. So repository here, SRC repository. These are the application tables, repository and application tables here, application tables here. So you can see here application tables here. So this is the SAP is up and running on here. So on fine day, what you have executed, you need to start the sum tool. Using the sum tool, you need to do the upgrade. So OS level under the USR SAP, you kept the sum and we have the host agent. Then you are starting the SAP upgrade here, right? You are starting the SAP upgrade. This is what you have done it in the systems, right? So this is the sum. So this is the sum tool here. This is the sum tool and this is the host agent. This is the host agent. Okay. Sum tool will not directly connect to the SAP system here, right? Via host agent, it will connect to the here. So remember one thing, sum will not directly talk to the SAP system. It will connect via host agent. Via host agent, it will connect it here. So you are trying to do the update of the sum tool here, so upgrade of the SAP system using the sum tool here. In the sum, we have the scenarios, right? So single system, single first is the scenario strategy, single, standard, and advanced mode. Single, standard, and advanced mode here. What is mean by single? Single means some will directly will upgrade your original SAP system. Some will directly upgrade your original SAP system here. So which means some directly upgrading the original SAP system means so it will provide the some downtime, longer downtime related activities in the sum tool here. Some directly providing the upgrade here, longer downtime activities here, longer downtime activities here, right? So that is the some activities, longer downtime related activities are here. So the next one, some directly updating the your main system here, original system here. That is a single. But what about the standard and advanced? As part of this configuration, some will create the one shadow concept here, one shadow system, which means parallel to your main system, some on the main application server level, it will build the one more SAP system, it will build it, and one more repository will be created in the database level, right? So one more repository will be created in the database level here. This is called the NW1, the shadow system, NW1, the shadow system here. So this is the repository. SHD repository here. So this is the concept SAP will use it to updating the our SAP system, which means some will not directly connect to the, some will not directly update. So if you want to directly update the SAP system, that is the single mode. If you select the single, then it will directly update your main system. Then it will be the longer downtime. It is the longer downtime activities will happen. No, here I don't want to directly update it here. So I want to create the shadow concept here. With the shadow concept here, what will happen? Some some will create the parallel to your original system. Means some will not touch the your original system. Some will create the parallel to your main system. One more shadow SAP system will be created here, right? One more SAP system will be created. Then it will update the SAP system, this shadow system first. Then data copy will happen to the, once it is upgraded, then data copy will happen to the shadow repository to the main repository, and application tables will be updated here. That's what it will happen. So till then, your main system is accessible for users. So no impact. Your main system is accessible for the users here. All users, they can connect to the SAP system, then they can do the activities, transactions and everything. Why? Because you are not directly upgrading the main system when users are connecting. So it is, you are upgrading the, you are building a parallelly, you are building a new system. Not you, some will build the new shadow SAP system. It will update here. The main system is up and running, nothing will happen here, right? That is the single advanced. Single means both the cases, single or advanced, the shadow system will be created. But so standard means with minimum resources, the shadow system will be created. Advanced means with maximum resources, means high level resources, means it's required the more memory, more CPUs are required to go with the advanced mode. Advanced mode means high resources. Suppose standard, if you want to construct the one house, so 10 members, 2 months they have completed the construction work, building a construction work, right? That is the standard. 10 members, 2 months they have completed. Suppose I want to minimize the timelines, reduce the timelines, then standard timelines I want to reduce, it means 20 members, then in 1 month they will complete the work. So here 2 months to 1 month, but resources are 10 to 20, it is got increased, which means the process got increased, which means you require the enough memory at operating system level to go with the advanced mode, right? So either standard or advanced mode, the shadow will be created. But standard means with the minimum resources it will be created, and advanced means with maximum resources. So your upgrade work will be continued, means timelines, your upgraded timelines, the downtime timelines will be reduced. Here the standard downtime, here the, that standard also will be minimized to the advanced mode, which means near zero downtime maintenance option will be used here, so that here uptime activities are more, downtime activities are less here. Here uptime activities, downtime activities are, so standard methods will be followed here, right? That is the scenario selection. When we have chosen the scenario selection, right, that time we selected the either single, standard and advanced mode we selected here, right? So then after that, once you choose this one, either standard or advanced mode, then it will go to the first phase, that is called the extraction phase, right? First phase is the extraction phase, extraction, where it asked the all the details here, extraction phase here, the extraction phase. So extraction, configuration, checks, pre-processing. So these are the pre-processing, then execution, then the post-processing here. They are the, so six main phases we have here. Extraction, configuration, checks, pre-processing, execution, and post-processing steps are there here. Post-processing steps are there here, right? So extraction. when the scenario selection is completed, then extraction phase, what will happen? It will ask the user ID's password, all the information it will ask us, right? User ID, password, then scanning the softwares, whatever the patches you downloaded, scanning and extracting the softwares into the EPS in directory. Then so this kind of preparation activities will be performed, XML file validation, extraction, scanning. So this kind of things will happen in the extraction phase. Nothing will happen. Then in the configuration phase, configuration of the parameters. So the first thing is like parameters. This is the main crucial phase for the parameters here. Uptime, how many R3 load process, SQL process, ABAP process. So this process, you want to run the SGen or apply the missing note implementations. This and all the things will ask the in the SPDD, SPAU, transport request, any CTS plus request, configuration of the parameters. Then if any old update record stuck, if anything is got stuck, then we can see the configuration phase and all the information. It will be displayed in the configuration phase here. It will be displayed in the configuration phase here. So then immediately it will go to the checks. In the checks phase, pre-checks like any field update records, any MCX queues, any undeleted transports, any inactive objects, free space at DB level, application level, it will check in the this one. So these three are the normal things only. Nothing will happen to the main system here. These three are extraction, configuration, and everything are the normal checks only here. So nothing will happen to the our SAP systems here. Our SAP systems here, right? So that is the main thing here. Extraction, so configuration and checks are the nothing, free steps only. Then when it going to the pre-processing step here, these two phases are very important. Pre-processing and executions are the very important phases here. So pre-processing phase, what will happen here? You have during the scenario selection, you have opted a scenario is called the either standard or advanced mode. So in that case, in the pre-processing step, what will happen? It will create the shadow instance here, the shadow SAP system in the pre-processing step. In the pre-processing step, what will happen means shadow instance will be created, shadow repository will be created at a DB level. Then it will log the your development workbench. It will log the your development workbench here. It will log the your development workbench here, right? So in the pre-processing step, developers they cannot do the any modification adjustments in the our SAP system in the pre-processing. Why? Because so first of all, initially it will build the empty shadow repository. This repository shadow system will be created, but it's empty. There is no data. Then to copy the data from the source repository to the shadow repository, cloning the tables. There is a one phase will come cloning the original tables to the shadow tables. That phase is called the cloning. In that phase, whatever the data is there in the shadow repository, source repository, it will copy the data to the shadow repository here. In this case, it will copy the data to the shadow repository. Okay. So once it is copy the data to the shadow repository here, what will happen? So then it will locking before the copy, it will lock the repository. It will ask the question like, do you want to lock the development workbench? That will ask in the pre-processing step here. Why? Because here data is copying from here to here. Suddenly the developer logged in and he do the changes of the program. Here one version of the program, here one more version of the program. Both are inconsistency. Shadow means both the system should be the same version, same object, same data as is. Right? Shadow means Ravi shadow means same as is size, weight, width. So everything should be same. That is called the shadow. Right? Double force shadow. So then in that case, if you don't lock it, it may give the some conflicts here. That's why you will get the one option called that, do you want to lock the development workbench. Then it will be locked here, right? Then it will copy the data from here to here in the pre-processing step, shadow main repository to the shadow repository. Then shadow will be started. Then shadow will be upgraded in the pre-processing itself. Shadow data copy. All the patches will be imported to the shadow repository. Shadow will be upgraded from the one version to another version, right? So that will happen. One version to another version. That will happen in the systems here, right? So that is the main thing of the shadow system here, shadow repository and shadow system here, right? That is the main thing here, right? So once this is done, shadow repository to the shadow system, that is the main thing here. Once that is done, so this one all the things will happen in the, so in the pre-processing only, shadow system creation, data copy from the main to shadow system upgrade, activation of the that objects, so that ACT underscore UPC, those things will happen in the shadow system itself only. So right, with the minimum resources, shadow system will be upgraded. Once the shadow upgraded, then we have the pre-processing is done. Then we have the pre-processing is done. Then then in the shadow system, end of the shadow pre-processing procedure, you will get the one phase is called the SPDD phase. SPDD phase here. So here SPDD we have to perform from the 000, that is called the shadow instance, shadow SAP system. We have to log in. Then developer will perform the modification adjustments, that is called the data dictionary adjustments they will perform in the SPDD in the shadow system. Then once they have done it, then it will go to the main. Once the pre-processing will be done, last is the SPDD. Once done, pre-processing is done, shadow system is upgraded here. Then when it comes to the execution phase, then your main system will be stopped in the execution phase. Till that time, till this phase, execution phase, your main system is up and running here. Why? Because everything is doing in the shadow. Now, after that, now data copy should be copied. Now data copy should be happen from the shadow repository to the main repository here. Data copy should be happy here. Shadow to the main repository, and application tables will be upgraded to the latest versions. Whatever the version you are planning, application tables will be upgraded. So while doing this one, your main system should not be up and running. So here, this is the business downtime. Here, system will be stopped in this case. You no need to stop it. Some tool will take care of the stopping the your main SAP system during the execution phase. There is a stop SAP, DTR, trans, downtime, something options will come. There, once the pre-processing is down, when we go for the next step, do you want to stop the system? Yes. Then your main system will be stopped status, right? Your main system will be stopped here. Then whatever the data, upgraded data will happen in the repository, from here to here it will happen. Then application tables will be moved from here to here. Application tables will be updated here, right? So these and all the things will happen execution phase. That's why execution phase also called the downtime phase. Downtime means main SAP system will be stopped. Then data copy will happen from the shadow to main system here. Then once done, then it will go to the post processing. In the post processing, the shadow system will be deleted. Shadow deletion, and some of the cleanup activities will happen. Some of the cleanup activities will happen in the system. Some of the cleanup add or deletion and cleanup activities will happen in the systems here, post processing here. Okay, that is the thing will happen in the post processing. So in the pre-processing, your shadow system will be upgraded. Main system is live, still available for the users, but business data. But when it go to the execution phase, main system will be stopped. Data copy from main to shadow. Then shadow is, once the data copy is done, the post processing we have to do it. Then SPAU activities we have to perform in the main system here. SPAU activities we have to perform in the SP SPAU activities in the main system will be performed here, right? So these are the things. SPAU means repository changes here. SPDD and SPDD and SPAU. What is that? What is the main difference is here? DD means data dictionary objects, which will be performed on the shadow instance of the development system. So end of the pre-processing, we have to perform. AU means repository, just the repository objects. Repository means programs, screens, functions, classes. So that is called the repository here. That will be performed in the after end of the upgrade is completed, that will be performed in the SPAU. In the main, it will be performed. DD means data dictionary objects here. DD means data dictionary objects here. That will be performed here, right? So this what will happen. So main thing is the shadow concept here. Shadow concept will clear down the all the things and everything here, right? That is the main purpose of the this shadow instances, SPDD, SPAU here. So that will happen in the systems here. Okay. So SPDD will happen in the shadow system. End of the pre-processing SPDD will happen in the shadow system. We have to perform. When we have to perform the SPAU in the main system, after the after the everything is completed, we have to run the this SPAU. AU means repository object modifications. We can do that one here. Repository means objects, packages. So changes, those and all the things will comes under the packages, programs, reports. So those things will comes under the data dictionary objects like tables, structures, and etc. Repository means programs, tables, function groups, functional modules, all are comes under the repository changes means SPAU. D means data dictionary objects here. Okay, these are the things will happen in the main system. Finally, in the post processing, this shadow will be deleted. So once the data copy from the shadow to main, those shadow will be deleted here. Okay, this is what will happen in the entire sum processing time here. Okay, here the main important steps are so pre-processing and execution here. Okay, so pre-processing has to progress and execution also we have to progress the activities. Okay, got it. So here
Sir, in HPDD, what are the options? The what they will do? Like they all.
developers will perform it. You don't need to take any action here. The developer will
Mhm.
log in, will check whether that object, whether that program is required or not. Why? Because as part of the support pack upgrade, new program, new screens, new syntax will come. So developer has to decide whether the existing program or new program, they will compare it, is it required or not, they will check. Then they will take the necessary action. Either use the reuse or reset option, they will use it to perform the changes.
Okay.
So SPDD, they will go to the SPDD, something like that. Then they will click on the modification adjustments, check if any object selected, and they will do the respective action item in the system. That is the main thing will happen. So e- DD we have to perform in the shadow system. So they may questions they may ask you like, so how many phase, how many roadmap steps? We have the six. In which phase shadow system will be created? In the pre-processing, starting of the pre-processing. In which phase we have to perform the SPDD? In which phase we have to perform the SPAU? And so whether the after the upgrade completed, what will happen in the shadow system, right? So where to check the some logs? Here in the some logs, here you can check the some log files here. In the some screen itself, we can check the all the log files here. All the what is the task list is running. So check for SAP notes. These are the subtasks which will be executed here. Then log files. So breaking news, breakpoints. Breakpoints means so suppose I want to stop the sum. Why? Because sum when is going for the configuration to checks, then only it will ask the your confirmation to click on the next. But I want in the sub steps as well means you need to set the breakpoint. If you set the breakpoint here, once the check for nodes completed, again it will stop it. And it will ask, do you want to remove the breakpoint and continue? Then we have to multiple times we have to do it. Rare cases, we may set the breakpoints here. The next one is the some color schema. Here we can use the color schema. What color schema you want to use it here? So whether the different color format, anything you want to choose it, you can choose it here. You want to go for the different schema, different screen, something like that, we can choose the this one, you can choose it here. And some utilities are the very important option here. Here, what are the parameters you selected previously, right? Uptime, how many parameters, downtime, how many parameters. So those parameters will be listed in this case here. If we want to increase now, we can increase it. If we want to decrease, we can decrease the parameter values here. Otherwise, standard downtime will take it out here, right? So remaining all are the migrations and those things that we can ignore it, right? So some analysis file means db size, how much db size, what you are going to do, how many process, what is the standard time it got increased, so when you started, when you got ended, and what are the tool version, source version, target versions here, roadmap steps, initialization, contract, extraction, configuration steps. So each step, how much time it's taken, that information will be provided here, right? That is the
Sir, can we change this like the in some utilities? Can we change the processes in between of the action?
yeah, yeah, yes. We can do the changes. We can just edit the process parameters. Suppose your system is free, I want to increase it means our system is low, I want to decrease means then you can decrease the parameters, you can decrease it. If you want to increase, you can increase it. So whatever you want, you can do that one. That's possible. Just click on the refresh button, immediately that will be affected. Suppose
Okay.
you entered the DDIC wrong passwords, you entered again, you want to enter in again, you can enter it from here. Okay. So this is the overall sum procedure. This will happen in the systems here. Okay. Any questions, anyone regarding this sum?
No.
Okay. So now next one.